Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame, and hopefully this is my last time coming on camera today. I've been trying to actually come back on here, but I keep getting interrupted. I will come over here, or I'll be on my way over here, and then somebody will call me, text me, message me, all kinds of random stuff been popping off today. Nothing terrible. I'm just saying it was just like it was gonna be so distracting that I was like, let me see what they're talking about, and then I'm gonna come back in here and record, and then I will forget, and I'm like, dang it! Like I have videos that have not even processed and done the stuff they supposed to do that should have been uploaded this morning. I ain't got nothing but like one video up, and I've recorded three. This is about to be the fourth, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, y'all, I'm back to tell y'all about the grapefruit diet. So I talked to my mama hours ago. Talked to both of my parents, of course, and we were talking about all sorts of stuff. But I asked her, I was like, okay, so why haven't you done what I asked you to do? And she was like, huh? What you mean? I was like, I asked you about the grapefruit diet and I sent you instructions at least twice explaining to you how you need to do it just to send me the message or whatever, because I felt like we was going to keep missing each other, and we did. Like I really was coming home, eating breakfast and going to sleep, not knowing I was going to be setting it off with the sleep like this. Like my body been acting like I'm pregnant, and I wasn't even tired from work. I was like, what is going on? I feel like my body's trying to catch up from all these 12s that I had been pulling. So anyway, she was like, well, I thought that I sent it to you. She didn't. I said, Mom, I have just been getting missed calls, missed FaceTimes and whatnot from you. That's all I've been getting. Okay, y'all. So this is what it is. For breakfast, for 2 weeks. Now you have to understand, it's 2 weeks of doing the diet. Then you get 2 days off, and then you go back into the diet. Okay, until you get your desired results, or as long as you want it to be. So yeah. So for breakfast, you do 2 pieces of bacon, 2 boiled eggs, and then you add a cup of juice, the grapefruit juice. Now, it can't be that simply, because I think simply makes some kind of a grapefruit juice and stuff like that. It can't be that. It's got to be freshly squeezed grapefruit juice, or grapefruit juice that's in a can or a carton that's not, you know, with added sugar and all this other crap. The kind that my mama used to get, she would either get the name brand or she would get the Walmart brand, which in most cases are the same thing. Trust me, whether y'all want to believe it or not, it'd be the same stuff 99% of the time. I've worked places, and these people will have you thinking that you're paying for a better brand, and it's the exact. When I say exact, the exact same thing. But anyway, she would get like the cans or these cartons of grapefruit juice and shake it up and put it into a pitcher. Whenever she needed to open up a new can, we would just open them up on the sides and shake it up so that we can get all of the stuff or whatever, because, you know, it would just settle at the bottom and all that stuff, and put it into a pitcher. And that's how we would do. We'll put it into a pitcher or to a carton. I mean, some kind of a transfer from one thing to another, and keep it in the refrigerator so it can be cold. And all of us that were participating in it at the time, we would get a cup, a literal measurement cup. What is that? 8 ounces, whatever a cup equates to. Of a cup of that with each meal, literally 1 cup with each meal. So, like I said, for breakfast, it was 2 boiled eggs, 2 pieces of bacon, and a cup of grapefruit juice. Now, when it came to the meat portions in any meal, if you wanted to have more, you could. For some reason, it didn't matter. But if you wanted to have it, you could have it. For lunch, you would have the meat of your choice, made in any type of way. My mama said, whether you wanted it boiled, fried, baked, whatever, broiled, it don't matter. Whatever the meat was of your choice, you had your meat portion, and you had a salad, a green salad. Try not to overdo it with all of the little fixings and stuff. Like, people add a lot of other stuff, maybe some cucumbers, whatever, but try your best to just have it to be romaine lettuce or something like that. I know back then my mom was doing iceberg. From what I've learned through research, iceberg lettuce is the worst lettuce that you can consume. Pretty much all the others are fine. I particularly buy romaine more than anything. I don't do iceberg at all. It's the cheapest for a reason. It's not. I ain't gonna go into that, and it's only because of the alkaline stuff that I've done. That's the only reason why I even know that now. So anyway, but yeah, you do a green salad. Try not to overdo it. You can have any dressing of your choice. That was something I found to be, interesting, that you could have whatever dressing that you wanted to put on there, as much of it. For some reason, it didn't matter. Like, you didn't have to say, oh, let me get light, or let me get just only this specific dressing. My mama used to get French dressing. Is that the one that's orange? That's the one she used to get. And it used to have this tanginess. It was all right. I'm a ranch girl, but that was actually okay, and I used to eat that a lot. So yeah. But we would have a salad, a meat, and if you wanted to mix it up in there, that's fine. I asked her what about eggs, and she was like, yeah, that's leaning more on the side of meat. So if you wanted to be a person who discovered that eggs are delicious in salads, you can put that in your salad and do all of that and mix it up, or just have the meat on the side and do, whatever. And like sometimes my mom would mix it up. She would have fried like chicken and we would cut it up, or she would have roasted or baked and we would cut it up. And if it wasn't on the side, we were eating it like that. We were just cutting it up and putting it into our salads and mixing it up and eating it. And again, adding a cup of the grapefruit juice. For dinner, we would have like steamed vegetables. But she said cooked or steamed vegetables, but it had to be certain type of vegetables. I forgot that we were in the middle of conversation, and she said something. I forgot what it was, but anyway, you could have squash. You could have like collard greens. You could have like not beans. I remember us having like you could have string beans. You could have stuff like that. I think she was trying to say you couldn't have stuff like corn and all of that. Okra was another one that you can have, and that's also alkaline, so that's understandable. I think we've had Brussels sprouts before, but it was mostly green vegetables. She loves squash, and so that was something that she used to incorporate from time to time. I don't like squash. I used to like the breading off of it when she would cook it. The way that she made her breading, I would eat the breading off of it, but I don't like. I ain't never been here for nobody's squash. It is what it is. But anyway, but you could eat that, the piece of meat, and a cup of juice. Yet again, and with each meal, you can have as much meat as you want, whatever. She said for a snack, like if you decide, well, your stomach decides you're a little hungry. She said, I'm thinking she gonna say something, like I'm like, oh, okay, what's the snack? She talking about you can drink another cup of the juice. I'm like, child, I was like, Mom, I ain't never liked the juice. She was like, well, I'm trying to tell you, if you had stuck with it a little longer, you would have liked it. I said, Mom, it was making me nauseous. It really was. I don't know what it was that was about grapefruit juice. I don't like grapefruit juice. I would become nauseous when I would do the meals. I would have to chug it in order to even withstand it because I could feel that it was working. Okay, so like I kept trying to say every time I got interrupted when trying to do this video 5, 6, 7 times, my brother had been taking some kind of medication and grapefruit juice interacts with it in a negative way. So she said that she came up with something that doesn't do that, and she feels like it kind of does the same thing, which in my mind, I'm like, I don't feel like it does, because to me, grapefruit juice, because of the acidity and the way it feels in my stomach when it is something that I have ingested, it feels a certain way. So it's like I feel the burn, if you will. She had him to switch out the grapefruit juice with apple juice. Now, apple juice makes me pee like a racehorse. So I feel like that was the reason why she felt like that was a better choice for him to use and to substitute the juice out with. But I feel like it's not burning the fat like the grapefruit juice essentially does. Now, grapefruits are terrible in the sense of it's acidic. But like I said, this is something that really did work when it came to weight loss. If you are not worried about the lack of alkalinity in it and all that stuff, that's fine. And like I told y'all before, I know everybody is not going to ever be on board with the alkaline lifestyle. I'm just saying to y'all that when I did this, it was something that worked well for me. I was able to drop the weight. I was able to drop good weight My mama was able to drop good weight. Everybody who I've ever known who has faithfully done this, they've dropped it. But anyway, before I forget again, you do this for 2 weeks faithfully. Every day, don't cheat, none of that. If you do this for 2 weeks, when you get to that Saturday and Sunday, you can eat however you want to eat. Whatever you want to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that's what you can do. If you want to get a pizza for your breakfast, for your lunch, whatever, you can have a pizza. You can have your ice cream. That's what we used to do. We used to get cake, ice cream, pizza, random sandwiches, whatever, little stuff like that we already knew we weren't going to be able to have because we were doing that. We would look forward to it all over the course of those 2 weeks, and that's what we would do. And then your body would, you basically start resetting on that Monday and go back to 2 weeks again, and then you're off for 2 days and you go back into doing what you're doing. So yeah, that's how that goes. When I told y'all in the initial video about some kind of toasted peanut butter, that was some situation that my mama said that was Weight Watchers, because I was like, well, what am I remembering from when you have done toasted bread that had peanut butter on it? Because it was delicious. It was some kind of breakfast, y'all. I think it was orange juice, peanut butter toast, and something else. It was delicious. I don't know. It was Weight Watchers though. Weight Watchers had some delicious things or whatever. It just wasn't enough. And unless I like just drank a whole lot of water, it was never gonna be enough. It just is what it is. But anyway, it was delicious though. But yeah, that was the grapefruit diet. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Exercise again is something that helps the process go faster. For me, I already told y'all with me doing the alkaline stuff, when I'm actually doing it, which I've been on again, off again, a whole lot more. And this is the most that I've been on again, off again ever since I've done this. It works well for me because I'm doing what I'm doing at work. I do the absolute most at work. So it's a lot of cardio that I'm doing, a lot of pushing and pulling for hours at a time versus people who go into the gym or go and they walk for 20 minutes here or 30 minutes there and that's it or whatever. Like I do a lot. I do a lot of walking. I do a lot of pushing and pulling at work. Like I be dropping the pounds. I be sweating my behind off on top of when I'm doing my alkaline stuff. So it's working double time a little bit for me, and I'm not even trying. Like I'm not in anybody's gym, and I don't plan on getting a gym membership because I do the most as it is. Anyway, hopefully this was helpful to somebody, especially if you're somebody who is not interested in the alkaline lifestyle at the moment or at all because you want to still consume meat. Because yeah, alkaline, you can't have the eggs, you can't have cheese, you can't have milk, no meat. I think I said that already, but just in case I didn't, there are certain fruits and vegetables that you cannot consume anymore because they do not enter into your body and create an alkaline environment. So it's just not. It's not conducive to what you're supposed to be trying to achieve, which is, health, continuous health, in a way where all of these diseases and ailments and sicknesses, all that stuff goes away. Like today, y'all, I had a taco salad that I made, bro. I mean, talking about I had the approved tomatoes that were chopped up. Like I had several approved things, but of course the chips ain't approved. I didn't make nothing. I didn't make none of the chips from scratch because I can make stuff like that from scratch. But having those cooked items from scratch, even though the ingredients that are used are approved, if you will, from Dr. Sabi's list, nutritional guide, if you will, it doesn't matter because if you have them in an excessive amount, amount of it, then it's kind of defeating the purpose because all this cooked stuff and all that, like a lot of that cooked stuff is not it. Fresh fruits that are approved, fresh vegetables that are approved, the walnuts and the couple of other nuts that are approved, the herbs and spices and things that you can season stuff with, or you can create a tea with, those that are actually approved. Those are great. The spring water, all of that. Whether you just drink that on its own or you create an alkaline environment for it so the water can go from, the borderline to 7 pH and higher and all that stuff or whatever, child. It just is what it is. So yeah. But like I said, I like the alkaline lifestyle. I just don't think that it's going to be something that I'm going to practice 100% of the time. I feel like it's going to be 75 to 80% of the time at the most for me, because I like so much stuff. I grew up the way I did, and I want to not have any of those cravings anymore. I want to be able to not have to fight like I've been doing lately, because I've never had to fight so hard in my life as an adult to not eat certain things, but it's been a fight. Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. Hopefully this was helpful, because yeah, it really does work. If you want to do the grapefruit diet because you don't want anything to do with the alkaline lifestyle, this is a way that you can drop some pounds. This stuff really works. All right. Y'all be safe out there. Talk to you later. Bye.